Alrighty. Welcome, ladies. Srl Trucks. But first, let me take a selfie. Haha, you prankster gangsters, I have to do things real quick. I hope each and every one of you, though, are simply lovely tonight. So, all my tripping finesse, man, this is not okay. Un momento, you wonderful people. I just have to do this real quick. Wow. We're going back down here. Righto, everybody. I hope you're having a simply lovely day. So we're going to have quite a race in store tonight, let me tell you. The Monday race I was managing, it was quite interesting. I hope you're having a simply lovely day. Hello, NASCAR fans of 19. Hello, Team Penske fan. I'm going to try to keep up with the chat, but I am actually supposed to be broadcasting this as I have to add one late entry to my list. Blaze McKinney. There we go. Where's Wikipedia when you need it? There it is. And we're ready. Oh. Alright, fans, are you ready? Is the question. Hello, S Love.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it.
Give me one
those
second,
who are here for the
chat.
drivers' meeting, you guys obviously know what to do. Showing the same Monday, and our two penalties are Michael Walls has an EOL and a 30-second hold, and Jason Alexander has a EOL.
Sorry.
Please serve those on lap 1 when you can. If we have a caution on lap 1.
Sorry, chat. That was a quick thing I needed to do, so. Welcome back to the SRL Truck Series race. We have quite a grid tonight, taking on the 1.017 mile D-shaped oval. The turns, 22 and 25 degrees of banking. The race lap record was set in 2000 by Rusty Wallace with a lap time of 23.167. We have a stout projected entry list of 20. I believe 18 are going to take on tonight's race, as asphalt and old surface has proven tricky for quite a few drivers in the past. Most, if not all, of the field is lined up and ready to take on today's race. Rockingham Speedway is located in Richmond County, North Carolina. As now, we are getting ready to roll. I need to deal with one quick thing. Nope. Okay, cool. Today's starting grid sees Matthew Brower, Jonathan Jones in row 1, Luke Mahone and Shane Dimantova in row 2, Alexander Schumacher and Nicholas Monticelli will make up row number 3. Following that is going to be Evan Allen and Dominic Barbagello. Brendan Fowler starts next to DJ Thomas. They make up the top 10 as the rest of the starting grid goes across the top of the screen. Michael Deitch, 11th. In 12th, you will see Jason Alexander. The start lights are off on the pace car. So we're getting ready to go as the field is in the hands of Matthew Brower. The pace car is off as it's in the hands of Brower. Green flag is in the air. Drop the hammer, it's time to go. Srl Trucks is underway. Already Brower is cleared into turn number 1. Clean getaway as they go looking 3 wide. I believe that's Luke Mahone we're riding with right now. Brower continues to lead. As that's Demantova chasing after in 2nd. Jonathan Jones falls to 3rd. Nicholas Monticelli, that's who you see there in 4th. As we're 3 wide. That's 27 and the 87. Or sorry, the 21 of Evan Allen battling Blaze McKinney. Now we're seeing the 07 of Dominic Barbagello. He's fighting with Nicholas Monticelli into turn 1. Keeping it clean so far as Michael Walls, Rodney Roberts, and Aaron Schugel, I believe, did not start the race. Actually, that's Micah Walls is on pit road as the field comes to complete lap number 3. This race is slightly longer than the Cup race for those of you that watched the Cup race on Monday night. The battle is heating up, though, as Demantova, who didn't have a great race on Monday, is coming to challenge the 73 of Matthew Brower for the lead. As we go on board, as we go on board with Demantova in 2nd place, as he's trying to chase after that number 73. Obviously, we know that tires can play a big role into this track, as this track has a very old surface, and it's a tire chewer for sure. Two-truck battle for the lead right now. Demantova in the orange and black truck. Brower in the blue and gray. Looking down on the inside is Demantova. Blinking is occurring drastically. I think this is an internet problem on my end. Apologies for that, as Matthew Brower keeps the lead. Demantova still chasing him down in that number 1. Brower has led all 7 of the opening laps so far. As we check in on some other battles going on right now, here's Monticelli and McKinney, as well as those other orange and black trucks. Right there in the 21 is Evan Allen being chased by the 01. That's Luke Mahone. My number list was wrong on that. So that's Luke Mahone in the 01. Right behind him is Aaron Brown. As we've seen a pass now. We're going to take another quick look at this pass here that Evan Allen made on Nicholas Monticelli. Beautiful pass there for 7th. Up front, Brower still leads. He's led the opening 10. As now we may be seeing a battle develop, as I believe one or both of the leaders just got into the wall. As we look back, Micah Walls sits 2 laps down now, by the way. He's still continuing along. That's Brower the leader. Demantova in second. Jones third. Barbagello in fourth, and McKinney up to fifth. As now we see a battle here heating up. That's Luke Mahone, Nicholas Monticelli, and Aaron Brown wanting to get involved. This could become a three-car battle very quickly. And all these trucks running well inside the top 10 right now. The bottom half of it. Still too wide. As Aaron Brown looks to give a little bump. He's going to do the crossover on Mahone. Monticelli's still holding strong on that outside lane. As Mahone is now having to deal with Aaron Brown on his outside, who's going to get the position on that lap. This is the battle for 7th you're watching right now. And there's Shuey, Mr. Schumacher, wanting to get involved in this. The battle for 7th continues to give us a great moment as we are nearing a 10th of the way into the race. Aaron Brown now to the inside of Nicholas Monticelli. Can he get that? Not yet. As now the lead has opened up to about a full second up front. Too wide still for 7th. This battle heating up, but Aaron Brown looks to be getting the best of 2 cars in a span of a few laps. Monticelli's not able to come back at him, but now we're seeing a battle between Mahone and league owner Alexander Schumacher. Is getting right involved in that number 68. This is the battle for 9th as Mahone in that 0-1. Trying to hold off the 68 of Shuey. Trying to see if there's any other battles on track, as we want to make sure that everyone can see their favorite drivers. Matthew Brower still continues to lead. He's opened up the lead by about a second and a half as we're now about a 10th of the way through this race. As now we got a battle for 2nd heating up. Here comes Jonathan Jones. 3-truck battle now. McKinney in that 87 getting involved. That's Demantova on the top, maybe starting to struggle with his tires. 3 wide for a split second as now Demantova loses not 1 but 2 spots. Shane had a miserable Monday night, involved in more than one incident, as now we're experiencing some more technical problems. Apologies. As we see McKinney now trying to challenge the number 62 of Jonathan Jones. These drivers have kept it very clean so far. As Jones moves up to that top side. But that's the gap between the leader and 2nd, as you can see, opening it up very much as Seth Burciaga has fallen 2 laps down. There may be damage to that truck. 2 seconds is the gap between 1st and 2nd. About another second back, as I believe Evan Allen has now moved past his teammate, I believe. I believe they're teammates, at least. Demantova really struggling now, as he was up to 2nd at one point. Now struggling just to hang on to the top 5. McKinney still trying to challenge Jonathan Jones for that 2nd place. We'll keep an eye on that as Aaron Brown sees Demantova in his sights. As we got another battle heating up right here. That's Barbagello and Schumacher. I think Schumacher has hit the wall, and he definitely has now. Luke Mahone involved in this battle. Monticelli there as well. Apologies to these drivers if I butcher any of their names. I myself have a hard name to mispronounce, so I hope you understand. Have an easy name to mispronounce, so I hope you understand this. Oh, and Barbagello's put to the wall by Shuey. A bit of a bump and run here, but he can't really bump and run from the top lane. Now he's driving him all the way down the racetrack. Shuey almost put on the apron by Barbagallo. Tempers flaring between these two. Let's see how they race off of turn 4. This is the battle for 7th, by the way. Looks like... Oh, as the 07 of Barbagallo, I believe, smacked the wall just ever so slightly. Now he's going to lose another position to Monticelli. And I think the 7 truck here is also for position. The 48 of Michael Walls is a few laps down. So that's Michael Deitch trying to get involved. So we got another battle back here. That's the 11 and the 47. As the 47 slams the wall. That's Jason Alexander and Brendan Fowler. Fowler now has to deal with the 20. DJ Thomas moving up. That's for 13th. As we see Michael Deitch now. He wants to get involved with Barbagallo. Michael Walls in that 48 truck is not for position. As now, here's the 21, Evan Allen and Aaron Brown. By the way, Blaze McKinney has passed Jonathan Jones. He's up to 2nd and chasing after the leader. As the 21 has hit the wall, is he going to save it? Yes. Very nice save from Evan Allen, as we're going to take another quick look at that one. You see here, just gets tight on the outside, trying to put the throttle down. But a great save by Evan Allen. Now we see Aaron Brown going after Jonathan Jones, as I believe McKinney has just hit the wall. Somebody hit the wall for turn 2. I believe that was the 87 of Blaze McKinney. Still a battle for... This is the battle for 3rd now. And by the way, Matthew Brower, for those of you who are a fan of him, still leading. That gap now 4.5 seconds between 1st and 2nd, 5 seconds between 1st and 3rd, 6 seconds between 1st and 5th. And a full 10 seconds between 1st and 10th. Aaron Brown now is the 62 has hit the wall, experiencing more technical difficulties. I think people are on the internet. As we see somebody on pit road, that's Seth Burciaga. I wonder if he's had a moment. Is McKinney definitely having right side damage? Definitely going to struggle. As Aaron Brown scraped the wall now in his pursuit of McKinney. We're looking to see any battles on track right now. Luke Mahone there chasing after Shane DiMantova, who is in 2nd position at one point. Shuey trying to hold off Deitch behind him. Jonathan Ledger's gone 1 lap down. Michael Walls 2 laps down. Michael Walls, it's in his best interest to try to move up as far as he can, just because Ledger is fighting for that lucky dog position now. So we look to see... We can't even see him. There is Matthew Brower, who is just open to the most massive lead I've seen on iRacing in a while. Certainly one of the biggest leads I've seen in this league. So here's the battle now. Mahone's still trying to get away from Schumacher, who's trying to get away from Deitch. 35 laps into this race, just about. 33 complete on lap 34. You're watching the SRL Truck Series on Wednesday night. Shuey's going to have a look at Mahone's outside. As we see another battle heating up here. That's Barbagello trying to hold off Monticelli. That's for 10th. As now Schumacher's gone side by side with Luke Mahone. This battle's heating up. We've seen Schumacher have some contact earlier in the race. 3-car battle as Michael Dyke wants to get involved. Barbagello could be on the scene soon as him and Monticelli are dead even coming off of turn number 4. Schumacher has moved past Mahone, as now Michael Deitch looks to make a move. This could get touchy, and it does not. Here's Schumacher trying to have a look now at that number 1 truck. As we go on board with the number 68, 36 laps complete here from Rockingham. As now, for the pass, there goes the number 68. Now up into 6th place. Demantova now under fire from Luke Mahone. And not that far back, he's got a gaggle of trucks, including Michael Deitch, Nicholas Monticelli, and Dominic Barbagello. This is the most interesting battle on track right now, as it looks like Deitch is thinking about sending it 3 wide. Thinks better of it. Luke Mahone now on the inside of Demantova. Nearly a bump there from the 7 to the 0-1. Now the 27's on the outside of the 7. Monticelli now on the outside of Mahone, as Deitch trying not to lose a position to Barbagello right now. Monticelli has moved past Mahone now. He sits between now that 1 and 0-1. And here he goes, sending one up the inside of the number 1. Is he going to make that stick? Yes, he will. The question is, who's getting the better drive off? Demantova for the time being. All of them drifting up to use that outside lane now. As a 6-second lead is opened up between Matthew Brower and Blaze McKinney in 2nd place. McKinney now starting to reel in Brower ever so slightly as we continue to watch this gaggle of cars fight. 5-car battle. This is all for 7th place, by the way. As here comes Barbagello on the outside of Mahone. And right as I say that, Monticelli to the inside of Demantova. This is a horrible time to have technical issues. As Barbagello now to the inside of Demantova. Trying to get that side draft on the number 1. Monticelli's trying to get away from all these people. As now Mahone goes to the inside of Barbagello. As slowed on the back as the 27. Did something happen to him? He may have gotten into the wall. As now 3 wide behind Demantova. Does it go around? He saved it. Unbelievable save from Shane Demantova. Well, maybe not yet. And yes, he keeps it straight. Unbelievable from Shane Demantova. Let's take another look at that. As 3 wide makes contact with Barbagello, makes contact again with Mahone, and hangs on after a wild ride. He's now going to bring it into the pits as he fully locks it up. There is your leader, Matthew Brower, by the way. Sometime today we'll find 2nd place. As there he is. There's Blaze McKinney. Green flag pit stops beginning. As here's Aaron Brown moving past Luke Mahone. He may have been one of those early ones to make green flag stop, as I believe he has. Look how fast he's cutting through the field. There's Barbagello. That's the difference between new and old tires, folks. Or just skill. I'm kidding. Brown is one of the few 1 lap down. Demantova 2. Jonathan Ledger is 1 lap down. As Monticelli's tapped the wall after turn number 2. The 7 and 07 still fighting it out. As we look to see, is anyone else in the pits? Yes, there's Luke Mahone in the pit lane. There's Jason Alexander coming out of the pit lane. As I believe Brower is not yet to pit. As Deitch is in the pit lane, so is Barbagello. Brower, I don't believe, has made a stop yet. That's Jonathan Ledger in the 28, facing 2 laps down. Just there's the 47. That is Brendan Fowler. Not his fight today, as there's Demantova, who's on new tires. As I don't believe we have anybody else in the pit lane other than Michael Deitch at the moment and Dominic Barbagello. Those two make their way out. Demantova is ahead of them, although he may have gone a lap down. 7 trucks on the lead lap right now as Jonathan Ledger lets leader Matthew Brower by. There's the 62 of Jonathan Jones. He's into the pit lane for his stop now. Now 6 on the lead lap. DJ Thomas is the last car on the lead lap. And he sees that number 73 looming in the background. Matthew Brower pulls off the track. He's coming into the pit lane. Does very well not to lock it up too hard, if he locked it up at all. As the 13 is coming in as well as the 47. So that's Aiden Lund and Brendan Fowler also in the pit lane. Blaze McKinney has made his stop, as that is the 21 of Evan Allen. We're going to see where everything cycles out. At this point, we're not even sure exactly who the leader is, but we're watching Alexander Schumacher right now. As there, we see some more green flag stops happening. The 13 and the 20 getting involved. As DJ Thomas, 13 and 47. Aiden Lund and Brendan Fowler heading back out onto the racetrack. Schumacher has kept the lead, or no, Schumacher is the leader as he's coming into the pit lane this time. Brower was the race leader. He's sitting in P4 right now. It would appear that Aaron Brown will cycle out to the lead. He may have short pitted this, as he is running a full 8 seconds ahead of Brower. DJ Thomas is now being passed by Brower. As when everything cycles out, we'll let you know where everyone's running. There's the 27 of Monticelli into the pit lane. Deitch running 12th. He's the last on the lead lap right now. Aaron Brown, the leader. So our leaderboard is not liking what's going on right now with all these green flag stops. But we're going to keep you updated on whatever we can. There's Schumacher, however. I believe that's 4 position for Michael Deitch. There's Jonathan Ledger. As we see the 48 hit the wall in the back. Keeps it going. Aaron Brown right behind them. Jonathan Jones in that 62 is trying to get away from him. That was the 48 of Micah Walls. Ironic there. Let's see, moves past Aiden Lund. Jonathan Jones, the last on the lead lap right now. So it appears when everything cycles out that Aaron Brown is the race leader. As we're looking to try to find Matthew Brower. There he is with Nicholas Monticelli. Brower has that lead, was 8 seconds. It is now 7. And Brower is closing. Deitch and Schumacher, this is a battle for position. They are fighting for the lucky dog spot, so watch that battle close. We'll watch that battle for the time being. As we are approaching lap number 60 at a very rapid pace. These drivers doing very well to keep it out of harm's way tonight. As we've mentioned, that gap closing. Brower's taken another second out of Aaron Brown. Blaze McKinney, 8 seconds back. Evan Allen, 12, 15, 18, and so on is how far back they are. Schumacher runs 10th. He's the first one lap down. As some of the other names that we've seen up at the top 10 tonight, Deitch, Monticelli, they're no longer up there. As Aiden Lund is the last car one lap down. Micah Walls, who had to recover from something earlier. I wasn't fully informed going into the race. I think he may have had to serve a drive-through or an EOL. Now, Brower is getting closer. There he is in the 73. Right now, he's just hoping that Deitch Schumacher would get closer on the racetrack than they are currently. That's Aaron Brown's hope. "60 are complete now from Rockingham. Aaron Brown in the 51 continues to lead. As we got a battle here, that's Jonathan Jones and Luke Mahone. I can't confirm if I'm going to make memes for those of you watching. Who am I cheering for in this race? As we got one. He was fighting with Jonathan Jones. That was the battle for 8th. I'm not really rooting for anybody tonight. I'm rooting for a good race, which we've definitely seen so far. And Coldface 5, apologies that you are sick. Experiencing tech issues again because, my computer loves iRacing sometimes. This is the battle, though. As we see it here, that's the number 11. Number 11, Jason Alexander and Brendan Fowler in the 47. So we're going to get back to chasing for the lead. That is Brower chasing after Deitch. Brown has been passed by Schumacher. Could we be seeing a bit of a different strategy? Is Deitch not going to fight the 73 too hard anymore? It's clear track now between Matthew Brower and Aaron Brown, who's ran him down from roughly 10 seconds. That's the gap between first and second is now 2. Under 2 seconds, in fact. The 51 trying to get away from that 73 who's been ripping the top so far. No one's had quite the pace as Matthew Brower tonight. As we continue to see the closing rate on board now with the 73 as he chases down that number 51. That gap now under 1 second. Blaze McKinney under 5 from the lead. If these two start battling, Blaze McKinney could get involved before you know it. As now we see that battle heat up. They're in the same frame, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Matthew Brower on the top side. He's got that nice run off the corner. Brown leads that lap as Brown leads that lap as Brower takes the lead. Remember how I said if it was a battle that maybe Brower could get run down? No battle here. Brown knows that 73 truck has got a little something on him. But hey, if you can't beat him on speed, beat him on strategy. This 73 has led the most laps tonight. Ten trucks on the lead lap now. Nicholas Monticelli is... This is the battle for the lucky dog. Michael Deitch and Nicholas Monticelli. As we now have 70 laps completed at Rockingham. Approaching halfway very quickly. As we look to see an on-track battle. Here's Luke Mahone. Here's Alexander Schumacher. That is a battle. This is for 9th, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Alexander ahead is another position. That's to Schumacher do the switchback, as they would say in F1. Here in the States, we call it the crossover. As Schumacher looks to get past Luke Mahone, which he does, and up to 9th place. Now, we're going to see him challenge Jason Alexander. And that was a short battle. Alexander moves past Alexander. As now Mahone is going to fight with a very similar looking truck. I believe those two are teammates. Even if they're not, I'm going to call them teammates for the rest of the night. The 01, sorry, and the 11 fighting it out now. It's down on the inside goes the 01 of Luke Mahone to get past Jason Alexander, and he does. Very clean between these two. Oh, maybe not. There may have been a little bit of bumper contact there. Now remember, folks, only 10 trucks are currently on the lead lap. That's Matthew Brower. He's the race leader. As we were just watching, that was the battle for 10. Brower has been putting a clinic on the field as we're having tech issues again. 75 laps completed now, as I believe that Brower's just touched the wall ever so gently. So we see Schumacher fighting with Jones now. Schumacher on a bit of a march. Or that might be urgency, trying to get the hip-hoppity heck away from Matthew Brower, who's been lapping rapidly. That's Fowler with Barbagello. Those aren't quite for position with each other. That's now Matthew Brower trying to put Jason Alexander a lap down. That is the 10th place truck, ladies and gentlemen. Brower has been flying tonight. As Matthew Brower dives to the inside to put that number 11 Silverado one lap down. Mahone is next on Brower's radar as Schumacher and Jones trying to get away, but Jones can't seem to get away from Michael Walls of that 48, who's got a bit of pace tonight. Here's the 1 of Demantova. And here's the number 20 of DJ Thomas. Number 21 there, that is Evan Allen. We're trying to give a few drivers some shout-outs. That's 3rd place right here. Blaze McKinney, he's chasing after Aaron Brown as well. We could see a battle heat up here between these two in not too long. As that's Monticelli, who's now chasing after Jason Alexander. He's in that number 11. It's the 13 of Aiden Lund, just knocks the fence down. Bit of a mistake there. It's easy at Rockingham to get into a corner too hot. As Matthew Brower takes the cross flag now. We're halfway from Rockingham in the SRL Truck Series. Give me a moment to check something. We're going to see if we have any drivers that would possibly want to be brought up. It would appear not at the moment. We're definitely going to have some afterwards. Brower trying to put Mahone one down now. As we're going to go find Blaze McKinney and Aaron Brown again. Oh, never mind. Aaron Brown has come into the pit lane and is now sitting in 8th. He's 9th. All right, he's 10th, ladies and gentlemen. He's falling back. That's all you need to know. But he is not the first truck one lap down as Jonathan Ledger hits the fence. So if he was to be lapped, or if a caution was to come out, Mahone would be the last truck on the lead lap. His teammate at the 11 would get the lead lap, or would get the lucky dog. However, Michael Walls is not interested in letting Luke Mahone pass. 48 hits the wall after bouncing off the 01. Both these two might have to give way soon to the race leader, Matthew Brower. Michael Walls finally gives way. Luke Mahone not as interested in giving way. However, Matthew Brower gives the "we do not care." So he goes right into turn 3 and 4 and puts that 0-1 a lap down. Looking to see if there's any other battles happening on track right now. There's DJ Thomas. That's Monticelli chasing after Jason Alexander. That was the lucky dog fight. However, now instead of Monticelli having to catch and pass the 11, he's now got to catch and pass the 01 to get, if a yellow was to come out for that lucky dog position. Jonathan Jones is next on the radar, and that is 7th place, ladies and gentlemen. Just a testament to the pace of Matthew Brower. That's Schumacher. He's in 6th. Barbagallo there, however. Oh, we got problems. We're going to try to figure this out for you, ladies and gentlemen, and get right back in it. We're going to get right back to the action as green flag pit stops are getting ready to begin, and we do not want to miss those. Apologies for my PC having some problems tonight. I don't think it's playing nice with Race Labs. Unfortunately, we still do not have any drivers to interview at the moment. As we are trying our best, ladies and gentlemen, to get back to the action. Apologies for the simulator crashing. We've been having some tech issues here up in the booth tonight. We're trying to get you back as soon as we possibly can. So, Chad, if you want to say anything, I'm available for about 2 seconds. As we're back to the action now, lap 90, Aaron Brown has been some of the biggest competition. He's chasing after Nicholas Monticelli now. He's already moved past Jason Alexander. And that is the pass for 9th. As we got a truck in the pit lane, trying to tell who that is. That is Shane Demantova, so green flag stops might be coming up. As Jonathan Jones has been put one down by race leader Matthew Brower. We got another one in the pits. That's Evan Allen, running in 3rd position. Very respectable. Schumacher is running for his life right now, and he's running in 4th place. trying not to be lapped by Matthew Brower. This is one of the most dominant performances I have seen in a long time. And also credit to these drivers for going a full 92, now 93 laps without a single caution. Shuey in the 68 is running in 4th position. That is 3rd now even. That is the pace of Matthew Brower. Blaze McKinney is on track still. A lot of these drivers still yet to pit as we see the number 11 of Jason Alexander come into the pit lane. As Blaze McKinney, there he is, that's 2nd place, locks it up. Coming into the pit lane. Don't know if he quite met the speed. I think he did, though. As we look at Matthew Brower, and now 2nd place, Alexander Schumacher. Brower has no interest in playing games with this 68. As Matthew Brower now has a full lap on the entire field. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? It's during green flag pit stops, yes, but a full lap is a full lap. And that is some pace, if I've ever seen it, from Matthew Brower. He definitely took what he learned from the Cup race and applying it here. However, there's Aaron Brown, who's been a bit of a pain in the side for Matthew Brower. Brown is going to get his lap back. He's now made the pass for 2nd. He's now getting his lap back, which he does. There's now another one trying to get a lap back. That is the number 11 of Jason Alexander, who's trying to get past Aaron Brown as well. Diving down on the inside. He's 2 laps down, so he's a little more urgent than Aaron Brown. So he makes the move onto the inside. That's Jonathan Ledger in the pits, by the way. As we see 2 in the pit lane now. More tech issues. Luke Mahone and Jonathan Jones. As somebody's hit the wall. There is smoke in turn 2. I believe that was Schumacher that put it in the fence. Let's take a look. Somebody had a big moment up here. It would appear, but still going. Jones beat Mahone out of the pit lane, who slides off of turn number 4. Is he going to save it? Yes, he will. He's going to keep it rolling. Oh, almost back on the traffic now. And that is the first caution of the day. Caution comes out during green flag pit stops. Only 3 trucks are currently are scored on the lead lap at the moment. As I believe it is, did Schumacher get back past Matthew Brower? Scoring is showing that he did. We look to as Brower was in the pit lane maybe when this whole deal happened. Let's see. As the pit lane was open before that caution, Brower may have timed this perfectly as we get to take a look now. See what happened to the 0-1 of Luke Mahone, who is running very well tonight. First caution of the day, by the way, I might add, comes out on lap 98 as he just slides it going into turn 3 and 4. Turn 4 is a very treacherous spot on the racetrack, as is with most racetracks. Does well to keep it off the pits, but then stopped there on a spot where some fast trucks are going to be coming, and that is a spot where you need to throw the caution. And by the way, right here, as that's where Brower is, we're going to try to get a look at from the blimp right about here was when the caution came out. That was the difference between Shuey going a lap down and staying on the lead lap. So I believe pit stops have just taken place, or they are currently happening. Shuey can afford a pit stop, as I believe the pits are open. Brower going to stay out here. For sure, Aaron Brown comes into the pit lane. Doesn't appear that anybody else is coming in the pits. Brower is now being scored third, so Shuey may have stayed out and assumed the lead this way. Matthew Brower there, though, is passing the 68. We're trying to keep you updated on what's going on. So we see the number 51 of Aaron Brown in the pit lane. Was able to get his lap back for sure before the 73. There is a bit of unique scoring here, as we're not quite sure if Schumacher was on the lead lap or not. But he is now running on the apron, and is he out of fuel? 68 is running very slowly, as there is Aaron Brown looking to maybe reassume the lead. Said I don't think he'll be. I think he'll have to give that spot back, as there goes Shuey into the pits. Maybe just trying to. As there's the choosing of the choose rule now. A lot of drivers stayed out, so Aaron Brown is scored as the race leader now. Matthew Brower scored in second. Brower's been the class of the field. However, Brown's been the only one that's has been one of the only other race leaders tonight. I believe he has been the only other driver to lead a lap. And I don't believe cautions are delayed here. So that's Barbagallo that'll line up third.
Hang on, we're not going green.
As the caution is delayed to give the field some time to catch up. So we'll probably have an actual choose as Jonathan Jackson comes into the pits. It's not Jonathan Jackson, Jonathan Jones. So we'll get an official reading on the scoring here, as still some stuff to take care of. So for sure, Aaron Brown leader, Matthew Brower second, McKinney third, Demantova is scored fourth, Evan Allen is scored fifth, Shuey is scored sixth. Barbagallo has scored the first car one lap down, according to my leaderboard. As the caution is once again extended, we're trying to, race officials trying to get the scoring sorted out, as we're going to make sure our iRacing scoring is correct. As, yes, it is. As Schumacher is being showed the last car on the lead lap currently. There are some out-of-position drivers, perhaps, that we're hoping to get the wave around. Or maybe they're re-choosing. So here's the choose rule, then. Looks like everybody... Oh, we got some stragglers coming into the pit lane now. Including Schumacher. Supposedly we'll be going green. With about 6 trucks on the racetrack. And I believe that 3 of them are currently on the lead lap. This is one of the most interesting instances I've ever seen in my iRacing broadcasting career, which hasn't been that long, as you all know. It does not appear that the green will be delayed again. It appears we'll be going back racing this time.
Hang on, we're not going green.
As the caution is extended, though, just before we get to the restart zone. give those guys that just came into the pit lane some time to catch up to the field and assume their positions. As the 13 comes in for another stop. So for sure, Aaron Brown is the current race leader. Matthew Brower is indeed second. Shuey is scored 4th. Demantova scored 5th. Evan Allen is scored 6th now. Who it appears is coming in for another stop. So we'll see if the caution gets extended again. It looks like everyone's lined up nice and orderly, though. We're not sure. There are definitely some of them trying to catch the pack in the back, but all eyes are on that pace car to see if the lights come back on. Lights are staying off. We're going green again, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Brown and Matthew Brower lead them back to green. Brown is on it now. That's a bit of wheel spin, but everyone's away okay as we go 3 wide into turn 1 and around goes Demantova. Monticelli also was involved in that. Just as we go back to green, we're back under yellow just as quick. This should be a very fast yellow, so we'll get a replay ASAP here. As it appears they were 4 wide for a moment. Jonathan Jones backs out. Demantova has his teammate on his inside, Monticelli on his outside. They tangle. Great job from Evan Allen and Luke Mahone to avoid it, as well as those others in the back. So we're going to watch on board with Demantova real quick. Obviously, we know this track can be treacherous. I think it looked like maybe he didn't see he was there. I'm trying to see. It was definitely... He maybe didn't know that his teammate was on the inside of him and then had to move up last second, but he's for sure coming into the pit lane now. As a few others come in, Aaron Brown, Blaze McKinney, Matthew Brower. And I believe that's Evan Allen in the 21. Oh, there's the race for off of pit road as Aaron Brown gets that one with ease. So if my sources are not mistaken, Mr. Alexander Schumacher, and yes, Shuey has taken the lead with 50 to go. We'll see if he pits, though. Or coming to 50 to go, rather. A few others come into the pit lane. If Shuey stays out, a lot of people's hopes for getting the lucky dog could be crushed. Which he does, so... So the running order now is Alexander Schumacher, followed by Aaron Brown, Matthew Brower, Blaze McKinney, Evan Allen, Dominic Barbagello, Jonathan Jones, and Shane Demantova, who may get an EOL for causing that incident. We'll see what race control says. Jason Alexander is the first car 1 lap down, and Nicholas Monticelli also rounds out that top 10. Demantova did have black flags cleared. So as of now, no penalties. That's the 11 of Jason Alexander on the inside of that incident, by the way. As we see the choose is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where everyone's going. Looks like a lot more went to that top side than the bottom. But obviously we still have a few catching up. Schumacher is going to get ready to lead him to green. Lights are off on the pace car. Going green this time. And Schumacher, I believe, becomes only the third different leader today. But the other two that have led every other lap of this race are right behind him. The start is on that number 68. Let's look at all the teammates now as we're gathering up. He drops the hammer. Shuey's away. Green flag is back in the air. Schumacher leads him into one. 3 wide again. That's Evan Allen and Barbagello. Jonathan Jones and Monticelli as well. That's Walls on the outside. Everyone gets away clean. As now we have a battle for the lead between Aaron Brown and Alexander Schumacher. Who's going to lead this one? I believe that was Aaron Brown that got Schumacher that time. Trying to get the lead back. Everyone's back on the same strategy now. Blaze McKinney up to third. We're going to see what Matthew Brower has when he's not in clean there. Dimantova, I thought he just wrecked, is already back up to the front. It's a little bit of a bump maybe from the 87 to the 51. He might take this 3 wide. It wouldn't surprise me. McKinney now. As Schumacher gets super close to the wall. Keeps the lead now, or rather takes it back. Blaze McKinney now up to second. However, he's in a fight with Aaron Brown. Matthew Brower, who's been the dominant truck today, in 4th position. Dimantova, who I believe was the cause of that last incident, is still up moving through the field. He's in 5th right now. Is now McKinney looking on the inside of Schumacher. Is he going to get it? No. As on the inside goes McKinney now. Shuey leads the lap. However, we'll see if he leads the next one as McKinney dives it into turn 1 and clears the 68 with ease. Shuey might try to come back at him this time. As Brower is now coming right back into this picture. Battle for the lead heating up now. Just 3 wide they go for a split second. Here comes Brower to the inside of Schumacher. That's for 2nd place. Shuey's hanging tough on that top lane, though. He's not going to give it up. However, Brower might not find him too hard. And Brower is cleared. That's for 2nd. Oh, but this battle I thought was over is not yet. Here comes Schumacher trying to take 2nd place back. Right on that inside lane, coming to 40 laps to go. Brower's got his sights set on McKinney now. He's had the fastest truck all night. We'll see if he can pass Blaze McKinney for the lead, though. It's now the top 4 really starting to separate from everybody else. Oh, a little bit of maybe a wall pop. Not quite a wall pop, but wall kiss from Matthew Brower. But he keeps it pointed as the field heads into 1. Aaron Brown now goes to the inside of Alexander Schumacher. That's for the podium places. Brown is up to 3rd. As Shuey, who led on the restart, though, hasn't quite had the fastest truck, but is hanging very well to stay in the top 5 right now. And Dimantova, who definitely we know as a good short run truck, is hanging up in the top 5 as well. Just behind him, there's Evan Allen. Jonathan Jones and Barbagello fighting, though. That's the battle for 7th. And then Jason Alexander is the first truck 1 lap down. DJ Thomas, however, might have something to say about that here soon. Now Demantova looks to have a look here on Shuey. We're going to check on if the battle for the lead is heating up, which it is. Battle for the lead's heating up, but not as much as this battle for 4th at the moment. Demantova might be keeping Shuey on his toes. There he goes down on the inside. Is Demantova going to clear Shuey? Yes, he will. That's 4th place for Demantova. Shuey's not going to fight it too hard. As now we go back to the battle for the lead between Blaze McKinney and the 2 classes of the field, being Matthew Brower and Aaron Brown. These 3 have by far had the fastest trucks tonight, but they might be fighting each other here pretty soon, as Aaron Brown looks to want to have a bit of a fight with Matthew Brower. So I believe somebody's hit the wall there. Evan Allen has moved past Shuey as well. McKinney still leads. Brower and Brown are going to fight it out. It looks like for 2nd. For the time being, obviously, one of them could go drive up and battle McKinney. Clean air is king here. It's Brown not leaving Brower alone. We're having some tech issues again. There we go. It's just on board with the 51, trying to get past the 71. Oh, as they get side by side for a moment. We haven't quite seen an F24 Life activate the Hendrico beat moment yet. Other than Brower at the very beginning of the race. Brower looks to be driving off from Brown now a little bit, but McKinney is kind of hiding away a little bit as we're now at 30 laps to go. They're going to make something happen. It might have to happen here pretty quick. As we see Jonathan Jones flying down the pit lane. What has happened there? Did he perhaps get into the wall? Oh, yep, he rode the wall the entire way in turn 3 and 4. We're going to see if something happened to him earlier to prompt that. Doesn't appear so. Looks like he just scraped the wall and then booked it down in the pit lane 116 miles an hour and then proceeded to dip. Brown and now Brower are going to fight it out for 2nd, though. Brown looks like he is going to get the best of Brower for the time being. This battle for 2nd heating up, and this is exactly what Blaze McKinney wants to see. I can't imagine he's not smiling a little bit. As we look on to see if anybody wants to be interviewed, we're going to check that real quick. I don't believe so for the time being. Nope. Haven't had any big incidents tonight. McKinney leads, which by that right side, this right side's been reaching out and grabbing quite a few people. We could see a 4-truck battle now. Evan Allen is not going away, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep an eye on that 21 as we look to see if there's any other battles on the track. And right as I say that, there is quite a bit of action happening here between these four. That's Barbagello and Monticelli. These two aren't even on the same lap. Monticelli gets a bump there. Most of the time, the trucks battling for 9th and 7th would be racing each other, but they're not on the same lap as Michael Walls hits the wall. Coming off of turn 2. Comes across the 20's nose. The 20 being DJ Thomas. They all keep it straight. Now Brower under attack from the 21. What has happened to Matthew Brower? He's trying to just hold on to 3rd now. He was the dominant truck of the day. He had all of the trucks lapped up to 2nd at one point in this race. Now is struggling to hold on just to 3rd position. Evan Allen not going away. We said we'd keep an eye on that 21 truck. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that 21 truck has arrived at the party. And boy, does he want to take that 3rd place. Diving down on the inside now. And getting up right to it. Jonathan Ledger sits between Blaze McKinney and Aaron Brown. That's not going to affect those two too much. Might affect these two a little bit as Brower still finds a way to hold off Evan Allen. Nope, apologies for the tech issues. Brower would probably be, I would imagine, upset if he loses this 3rd position, as he knew he had a good truck tonight, stuck it on the pole. 4th place probably isn't what he imagined going into tonight. Now we see Evan Allen still chasing after Brower. We're going to see if that gap between 1st and 2nd is closed at all. Looks like Blaze McKinney's opened it up to a healthy lead of about 1.2 seconds. Under 20 laps to go, by the way, as Brower now gets away a little bit from Evan Allen. We're going to come back to this battle. We're going to check in on everybody else. There's Jason Alexander and Luke Mahone. Finds himself running 11th right now. Doesn't appear that anyone else is having anything. Everyone's kind of minding their manners right now, as I think that 73 might have just skimmed the wall in that corner. Evan Allen definitely seems to have some pace in that 21 and definitely wants to get past Matthew Brower. Side by side for a moment. That's to no avail. A lockup maybe? As both of them are going to lose some steam. I couldn't tell if that was a lockup or a bump. I'm going to take a quick look at that again from our TV Cam 3. Oh, that was a bump, which led to a bit of a lockup. In the long run, that may have helped Brower a little bit. As McKinney still opening up that lead. Doesn't appear that lap traffic will play too much of a factor. This is the closest battle on track that we're watching right now. No Euro beat necessary, though, for this man, Blaze McKinney, who is, since the last restart, has kind of just ran away from the field very quietly to a healthy 1.3 second lead over Aaron Brown. Doesn't look like Brower and Allen are going to be done for the night, though. It looks like this battle for third is going to come down to the finish line. Under 15 laps to go now. As Brown may be catching a little bit. As of now, I don't think he'd be able to get to the 87. Evan Allen wants to get to that 73 again and get up into third place. Matthew Brower still holding strong in third. We know he's got one of the fastest trucks in the field. Sometimes taking that truck in clean air and you put it in dirty air can make such a difference with these drivers. As we see the 13 coming into the pit lane. Speaking of which, 13 laps to go. Sponsored by Geico. Just kidding, but 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. I'm sure you all know that. Luke Mahone is running 11th right now. He's chasing after DJ Thomas. Luke Mahone's the only car 2 laps down. Aiden Lund and Micah Walls 3 apiece. Jonathan Ledger 4 laps down. Everybody else is out of the race so far. It's coming to 10 laps to go is Blaze McKinney. Who leads over 7 lead lap cars all the way down to Schumacher and Barbagello. Alexander, Monticelli, Thomas, those are the 3 1 lap down, and they make up the remaining spots of the top 10. It appears that 73 and 21's battle will not continue as 10 laps to go now, officially down to just 9. Brown is catching Blaze McKinney, however. Oh, but the 51 just slapped the wall, so that might stop any chance of that. That said, there is a lap truck here. That's DJ Thomas. He's trying not to go 2 laps down. But we see McKinney continue to lead. And that Blaze Designs Plunger and Grass number 87 truck. Aaron Brown continuing to chase down, however. As I think these two might be trying to battle again. As now McKinney's got some traffic to deal with. We didn't think that it would play too much of a factor. DJ Thomas is going to move out of the way, it looks like. He doesn't want any part of this fight. I don't blame him. See if he moves out of the way for Aaron Brown. As now we got a battle picking up again. Coming to 6 laps to go. Matthew Brower leads Evan Allen still. I say that's for 3rd place. Allen dives down to the inside. The crowd is all on their feet here at Rockingham. Brower still taking 3rd over Allen. As we take another look to see, oh, the 13 is slowed on the apron. Does he have a problem? Oh, he has no left front. Oh my, what has happened to the 13? We'll have to check that out in a little bit. But not at the moment, as these two are still going at it. Evan Allen dives down to the inside of Matthew Brower. He wants 3rd place. And it looks like he's willing to do whatever it takes to take it. Unless it's dumping that 73. Although that said, I'm not even sure about that. Diving down on the inside. They're side by side now. Allen sticks a nose ahead. Brower's going to come back at him, though. They make contact on the back straightaway. Dooring each other. Coming to 3 laps to go. The question is, who's going to prevail in this battle for third? Brower drags it back out now, but Allen dives down on the inside again. Brower gets super close to the wall. He may have touched it. I don't think he did. But we're coming to just 2 laps to go now, as we continue to see this fight heat up as Brower's into the wall. I believe that was contact from Allen. These two are dooring each other all the way home. Displeasure all between these two. We'll see if they play nice into turn 1. We want to continue to watch this battle, but we are going to highlight the leader, as Allen gets super loose off the corner and has to maybe fall to Matthew Brower. Could that be the ending blow? As now white flag for the number 87 of Blaze McKinney. He leads with a 2-truck battle in front of him. Those are just lap trucks. Unless they wreck in front of him, it's looking pretty good. Brower's still ahead of Allen, by the way. We're going to go right back to that battle. But it doesn't matter ultimately, as Blaze McKinney takes the checkered flag in the SRL truck race at Rockingham. He wins. Aaron Brown second, as Matthew Brower takes a convincing third. Evan Allen settles for fourth. As we see where the rest of them come home, I believe Demantova took 5th place. Shuey comes home to take 6th. 7th, I believe, will head to Alexander. As there, the final results are on screen. Blaze McKinney is your race winner. We'll give him some time to celebrate. Congratulations to him, as he burns it down now, ladies and gentlemen. Extremely happy to be the race winner tonight, I'm sure. We'll get a word with the race winner and a few others tonight. Shane Demantova also looks like he wants to join in on the celebrations. As there it is. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Blaze McKinney setting those good years ablaze after tonight's win at Rockingham. And a very clean race, I might add. I don't know how long he plans on cooking these good years. Doesn't look like all too long. He's having fun. We can't fault him for it. Blaze McKinney is your race winner, ladies and gentlemen. That said, we're going to take a look at what happened between the number 21 and the 73, because clearly something happened between those two on the last lap. So this is the last lap, I believe. So it looks like Allen just tried too hard. I thought maybe some unfair play happened. Not the case. But Blaze McKinney sitting right there on the front stretch, ladies and gentlemen. And he's going to burn it down with Shane Demantova. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Your race winner, Blaze McKinney, in the number 87. Congratulations to him. We'll see if anybody tonight wants an interview. It doesn't appear that too many are in line for it. We're going to keep the broadcast going, as we're going to bring you your moment of the race. But get a good look at it, ladies and gentlemen. That's your race winner. As we're going to go back into the race and take a look. We're going to take a look at the moment of the race for Blaze McKinney. Blaze McKinney's moment of the race was quite simple. It was moving to the outside of Aaron Brown. This took place on lap 115. As Blaze McKinney is into the podium waiting room, let's bring up our race winner, ladies and gentlemen. Blaze McKinney, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, congratulations on the race win. Walk us through it. Your thoughts tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy. I didn't get any practice. I just hopped in here 20 seconds before qualifying ended, so we started at the back. Started driving my way through the field as quick as I could. I think I got up in the second about 30 laps into the race. Just kind of picked them off one by one, got into a groove, and we were pretty much second. I think most of the race. Just Matthew was just gone the whole race with that long green flag run. I couldn't really do anything once he was way out there. Then we just caught a caution, got a lap down. After the caution, got stuck a lap down, had to do the wave around. So I thought I was kind of screwed after that, but got back on the lead lap and just drove back up there. And once I got the lead, I don't know what happened, but it's a rocket ship. I don't know what happened, but it was good.
Absolutely. So you mentioned you didn't have much practice at all. You were actually the biggest mover of the field, starting 15th all the way up to first. And Aaron Brown, who finished right behind you, was the second biggest mover of the field. If you don't mind, we were actually just talking about, now that we have you here, we'd like to have you walk through what we believe was the moment of the race.
Yeah, that was that last restart, and I knew I just had to get out front because, I mean, it was whoever got out front was probably going to have it, and I just wanted to get out front and get into a rhythm where I could just pull away and hope that they would get stuck behind Shuey. So I was trying my best to. I was just going to follow Aaron through there, but he was just really slow on the short run, so I just had to get around him. I was giving him the bumper, trying some way to get around him.
Absolutely.
Figured out that Shuey was a little quicker right there, so I went to the outside and followed Shuey around. He was a little bit quicker than Aaron was, so I got around Aaron, and then I figured the Shuey pass was gonna be pretty easy because he did stay out and he had that damage. So once I got by him, I knew I just had to set sail. And I really honestly thought that Matthew was gonna get me after about 10 or 15 laps because the last few runs I was really bad on the long run. But yeah, I was just waiting to get past Shuey here, and after that, I mean. Yeah, I just worked the inside. I don't know what it was, but everybody was running the outside today.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty much the only one that was stuck to the bottom the whole race, and it was working for me, so I stayed there. And that's pretty much how I made all my passes.
We saw you sticking it on the inside. We didn't give you too much screen time tonight, unfortunately, but we gave you the screen time when it mattered, for sure. As here's your pass for the lead, once again on Shuey. Did you think that, of all people, that Shuey would be the person you'd make the pass for the lead on?
Honestly, no, just because the whole race, it was me, Matthew, and Aaron up in the front. And I mean, hey, I'll give it to Shuey. He tried to stay out and stay out in the front there. I'll give it to him. He tried, but I mean, I was going to get him one way or another. I felt like I was quicker, so just had to keep trying. I didn't want to push too hard, though, but we got by him. And after that, I just got into a rhythm. That was probably about the most locked in I've been in a long time. And just rode the same line right there on the bottom every lap, and just rode it down to the victory. I mean, I don't know what happened, but just got stuck to that bottom, and it was working perfect for me.
Like you said, it was an absolute rocket ship. You take that number 87, Blaze Designs, to victory lane. Do you want to say anything to these probably 3 people watching tonight?
I appreciate you guys tuning in. It was a fun race. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Now
thanks to.
Oh, sorry. You thank your sponsors or whatever.
Yeah. Blaze Designs, Bunch Lawn Care, 209 Racing, everybody that gets the job done for us, and of course everybody that puts the league on, Shuey, all the admins, everybody, especially you for putting on a broadcast. During Yellows, I was peeking in the broadcast every once in a while. You seemed like you were doing a great job, so appreciate you streaming a race.
Well, I appreciate you as well. I want to shift the focus real quick to the Cup Series because we know you're also running that. How are you feeling about maybe your chances of going into the playoffs as a possibility?
I feel very good about it. I feel like I've had a lot of speed this year. I think we're 4th in points right now. I believe I should be higher, but things have happened and transpired that have caused me not to be up in the front most of the time. Um, but when we're clean and the car's not destroyed, we're running good. So hopefully we can just keep the string of fives going and everything and running well. Hopefully we can get some more wins as well. I feel like I've let some slip away, but I'm feeling good about the Cup Series. I try to get in the Truck Series as much as I can as every once in a while, but glad I got the win tonight.
You know as well as I do that it can definitely make that momentum can. This is the last thing I'll talk to you about, and then I'll let you go. The momentum can make a big difference. How you feeling going into the next few races now?
Definitely really good. I feel like I should have won last on Monday in the Cup Series. I feel like we should have swept. Um, I had that race won, sped on pit road, so that was my wrongdoing, and I should have won that race. And then we came home tonight and won the race. So definitely a lot of confidence going into the next few weeks. Hopefully we can keep the wins going.
All righty. Well, congratulations to you, and we'll let you go. That's Blaze McKinney, your winner, everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody.
As we're going to bring Mr. Is this Mr. Aaron Brown? You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All righty. So you finished a P2 tonight. A lot. We up here in the booth strongly believe that you had the second best, maybe the best truck tonight. Walk us through your race.
Well, I hate Rockingham, so I'm glad I got the second. But my goal going into the night was just trying to save the tires, hopefully play a good strategy that was going to work out. And I mean it was I think it was going to get me second, so I don't think that late race that caution during those pit stops really didn't change anything. I think I was still going to get I think I was still going to get second. But I know I was faster than Blaze after that first run. He kind of killed his tires, but he was also kind of battling, so it kind of bring him back to me a little bit, and I was able to stay even with him.
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end, I was just trying to save the tires just a little bit because I know it was the longest run of the night for me because I was only going 40 laps, so I had to stretch it at least like 10 more. So I was just trying to take it a little easy. We'll have 20 to go, then go with it. Matthew killed his tires, which he was fast all night. I knew he was probably gonna win the race. I thought he was gonna win the race. But I was able to pass him, and I was trying to catch down, trying to chase him down, try to chase down Blaze, but it just wasn't enough. But save his tires better. But I mean, hey, he's my teammate for proximity, so I'll take it. Prox won too, so I'll take it.
Oh, so you are teammates with Blaze McKinney?
Well, I wouldn't say in the league, but definitely outside of league, yes.
Outside of league?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
All right, we get that. So, did you make a pit stop? Did you short pit everyone else on that first run?
Yeah, I believe I was the first. I believe I was the first to pit every time. I pit him. I was going. My strategy was good. 40 laps, 80 laps, lap 40, lap 80, lap 120. Split it all the way even, and I don't think it would have worked, but I did that first one. I gained about a second to 1.5 to 2, I think around on Matthew. And since he stayed out really late on that second one, so it could have worked out. You never know, but caution came out. But I mean, it worked out still. We got top 3. I'll take it. But I believe I will be in the points lead tonight. So that was my goal.
No pun intended. You literally came out guns a-blazing after all those pit stops. You definitely had pace. You were one of the few that could challenge Matthew Brower tonight. And is there just anything else you want to mention on finishing that P2? You seem to have one of the strongest trucks tonight.
Yeah, that for sure. Definitely have one of the stronger trucks. I knew I was gonna be able to do because a lot. I from races before, I know I can save tires most better. Brower, he likes to run it long. I know he likes to run his stints longer, so I try to undercut him, see if it worked. And I mean, last week, it was really good too last week. But my goal was just to try and not get wrecked out because I hate Rockingham so much. The cup race there was terrible for me, that second makes me a second place this season, and I also had a third place and a fourth, and then the other two I wrecked out. So I mean, two I wrecked out, and then I got like a seventh. So I mean, I'll take what I can get, but hopefully I can get that win next week or later in the season, hopefully. But yeah, I gotta thank my teammate. I mean, Blaze outside the league,
Yeah.
gotta thank the fans coming out, and admin's putting it on.
Not to bring up any bad memories, but how did the Cup race go for you?
Oh, it was not good. It kind of I got wrecked out somewhere around. I don't know. I forgot, but I know my teammate won it, a Cody Webster, so I'll take that. That was good.
So we asked the same question to Blaze. We talk a lot about momentum in racing and how it's a thing. How do you feel about your momentum and your chances moving forward in the Truck Series and Cup Series?
Yeah, I think feel like I definitely have good momentum after this. I know I can win. I just come up second. I just need something to go my way, and I think I can do it. But I just keep going in there. Strong points lead. I got a strong points lead now, so I'll take that. Just if I can keep that, hopefully get a good. I don't know if we have bonus points going into the playoffs, but that's my goal for the Truck Series, Cup Series. I missed the first few races. I just didn't do them, so
So are you
most
going?
likely not going to.
So are you going full on for this Truck Series championship now? Obviously, you're still going to go for wins in the Cup Series, but are you going full on beans in the Truck Series championship now?
Yeah, that's my goal. I'm gonna try for both, but I don't know. I think the trucks is gonna be my best chance, but yes, for sure.
So how are you feeling about how your Truck Series season's gone? You've obviously started every races. Obviously, you're the points leader now. So how are you feeling going forward?
I feel confident. I think it's just I can't get caught up in incidents. I mean, though the good thing is now the truck had the new damage model. If the trucks had a new damage model this whole season, I would have not wrecked out those other two races, but and I probably would have had a chance. But Daytona, I just got unlucky. Barely tapped someone, killed my engine. I had no chance at that point, so. And then Auto Club, tire strategy didn't work out. I tried the undercut. It didn't really work there. So, I mean, it was okay. But seventh, I would have taken that. But then other than that, I mean, I got fourth at Vegas. And then I got wrecked out at I got second at Homestead Road Course, and then wrecked out at Kansas, and then third, second, and second. So I mean, I know I got the consistent finishes. So if I can just keep that up, I think I got a good chance.
Alrighty. Is there any final thoughts you want to say before we let you go?
Just gotta it was a fun race. Hopefully, all these guys tune out, come in next week, and have fun race like we did today.
I will say this. Tonight's race was cleaner than the Cup race, which I'm sure was a surprise to quite a few people.
Oh yeah, that's been typical this whole season. So.
Oh my.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, Iowa, it's Iowa. You'd expect. I mean, we get about maybe 10 more guys in the Cup Series than so it's
Absolutely.
kind of what you expected. So, but I mean, it's been clean mostly throughout both series. I mean, it's just only a few less cautions in the Truck Series most of the time. That's about it. I mean, but other than that, it's nice and clean. So if anyone's watching and you want to join and looking for a good start at league, I'd recommend it.
So you definitely put on quite a show for the fans tonight. I know they enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed calling it. That's Blaze McKinney. He was already up here. That's Aaron Brown, ladies and gentlemen, who finished P2. Thank you for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
It doesn't appear that we have too many others to talk to tonight. We're gonna stop sharing our screen for a momento, as well, we're having some technical difficulties. But, ladies and gentlemen, also check out the Intentionally Censored 500. That'll be coming soon. It doesn't appear that we have any other drivers that want to be interviewed tonight. Oh, as we have Mr. Trevor Huff, who's going to join us in the booth now.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going wonderful. We're just up here talking the post-race coverage and such.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the race. It looked like a good one so far. I was really excited to see the podium. Very impressed with their abilities to drive away from the field and hold off the standing competition. I know Luke Mahone's always a competition out here in the truck series, but if I wasn't busy tonight, then I would definitely have been joining you here, F24. But it's been a pleasure watching your stream for sure.
Well, hopefully next time we can have a two-person booth. But as you mentioned, you were watching a little bit of the race. The final. Now would be a good time as ever to bring up the final results. Blaze McKinney is your race winner. Aaron Brown finishes P2. You just heard from him. Matthew Brower takes P3 after dominating the first half of this race. Evan Allen takes P4. Shane Dimantova, after having a bit of a slide, he's the one that takes P5. Sixth place goes to Shuey. Alexander Schumacher takes 6 home. He was the last truck on the lead lap, if you can believe that.
That's pretty crazy. That just goes to show you how spread out this field is sometimes. But sometimes that's for the best of things. If you have too close of a field of a bunch of people, then we can start stacking up and having a bunch of wrecks, kind of similar to the Cup Series. And I'm pretty sure that this was, I mean, I only saw a little bit of this race, but I'm pretty sure that it was pretty clean for most of it. So definitely good to see at least a few drivers that were able to fight out for the top 5 in this race.
Definitely. Only, as you mentioned how clean it was, only 2 cautions in the 160 laps at Rockingham. As we move on to the rest of the top 10 and those that finish 1 lap down, Dominic Barbagallo, he takes 7th place. First truck 1 lap down. Jason Alexander takes home 8th. Nicholas Monticelli, he takes home 9th as Luke Mahone takes 10th. He was the only truck 2 laps down. Following that, Micah Walls, who I believe had a pass-through at the start, takes home 11th. I can't watch that at the moment because my computer crashed halfway through. DJ Thomas takes 12th home. Car 13, Adrian Lund, he takes 13th place. Jonathan Ledger was the last of the finishers tonight. He finished in 14th position. Jonathan Jones DNF'd. He finished 15th, 32 laps down. Brendan Fowler finished 82 laps down. Michael Deitch, 84 laps down. Seth Burciaga, 143 laps down. And Aaron Schugel and Rodney Roberts did not start the race.
All right, well, it looks like we've got Luke Mahone wanting to get an interview. Let's go on ahead and move him on up here.
Let's bring
Probably
up
gonna be the last one tonight.
Let's bring up our top 10 finisher, Mr. Mahone.
So, Luke Mahone, you are a playoff antagonist in the Truck Series and in the Cup Series. Unfortunately, probably not the result that you were looking forward to. But how did that race go for you in standards of besides finishing a couple laps down in 10th place?
It was a struggle all race long. Oh, hey, Shui.
Is Shuey in here too?
Going into this week, yeah, he's in here. Going into this week, I knew I wasn't gonna do well at either the Cup or the trucks. I just bought the track like right after last week's truck race. So I mean, my expectations were low, and I'm just happy I got a top 10 in the trucks. I'm continuing my streak. Yeah.
To hip-hoppity heck with it, let's have a 2-person interview. Alexander Schumacher, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty all right. It was a good race.
You finished 6th place, the last truck on the lead lap. What was the strategy staying out ahead of everybody else? And it almost worked.
Well, I try to play the fuel strategy right by going as long as I can. So if we would have went green there, I might have had something towards the end because I think I was running the longest out of everyone pit road, so it was very hard for me to kind of keep that speed up. So I think I had to beat him by strategy. I kept my truck clean pretty early. Had some run-ins with some other guys, but I think we're We're good. It was a really great race. Like I said, only two cautions. Just an absolute great turnaround from Monday night. It's always great to lead laps. It's always good to get that bonus point. Wish I would have got more bonus points, of course. Doing better in the Truck Series than I am in the Cup Series. So at least I'm having some good luck here, you know.
All right, Trevor, do you got any questions for either? Actually, I got a question from Luke. Did you have 4 different teammates out here tonight?
No.
Because there was several that had the exact same paint job as you on my screen.
There was Shane Demantova, there was Evan Allen, and then there was Jason Alexander. I think I probably was the 4th one with that paint scheme.
So were you all just happening to run the same paint scheme? Was that planned?
Yes, that was planned. It's part of the team.
So you guys are teammates?
Yes.
All right, because that was throwing me off all night long.
I jumped on pit road there.
I was wondering
I
what
wasn't
this
paying
was post.
attention.
This was post race. I was wondering about what this was.
I wasn't paying attention at all. I was talking and I just jammed on the brakes.
Yeah, it stacked everyone up.
Fun fact, there's a portion in the race, probably with like 25, 30 to go. I was just bored, so I looked over at my fish tank randomly. And one of my pretty fish that I really like, at least a fish tank, was sitting stationary, and I freaked out for a hot second, thinking he was like unalive. So
Oh
I
no!
wasn't paying attention, and I hit the wall. But then I found out that he was alive, and he just was sleepy, and that's goofball he is. So, Chewy cares about his aquarium very much.
Well, it's good to know that he's alive still.
He was, but that's why I slammed. Dude, I was not paying attention. I off the wheel for. I was not. I don't even know how I was still going straight. I just looked back and I was like, oh god, I'm in the wall.
Well, Trevor, you might have more questions than I do, just because my brain is fried. It's summer right now for all of us students.
Not me.
Summer loving, having a blast. I'm gonna get going and do post race review.
All right,
Love
well,
you guys. Thank you so much for the broadcast.
absolutely. We hope to have a 2-person booth next time. And we'll be. That was Alexander Schumacher, who finished 6th place, as he said, having a good year in the Truck Series. We're gonna keep Luke Mahone in here for a little bit because he gets to suffer with me and Trevor. Talk with us a little more.
I do actually have a question. Yeah. So Luke, that unfortunately ends your string of, I can't remember if it's top 5s or top 3s. Top 5s. Okay.
Yep.
That unfortunately ends your string of top 5s. Now that being said, do you think you can pick that up for the next race? I do not remember where it's going to be at, but
should be Indy.
Indy, okay, yeah. Do you think you can pick that back up and maybe rally yourself to the top of the charts, fight with Aaron Brown, Riley Marabello, and Blaze McKinney for the top spot in the points?
And Hayes, don't forget Hayes.
And Hayes Booth, yes.
Yeah, I definitely think I can pick this back up. I know Brickyard or Indy, I'm pretty good at, or I think I am. I haven't done a race here in a minute. I unfortunately won't be there for Charlotte, so that'll be one race that I'll miss. Which is a shame because I'm also pretty good there. I'm pretty good at any mile and a half. USA, I know how to race there with the stock car, with one of the NASCAR stock cars. And then next 3 races, so it goes Dover, Kentucky, New Hampshire, and Darlington. Those are all tracks that have never done a race on. I don't even have Kentucky. Then for the playoffs have Nashville, Pocono, Michigan, Talladega, Phoenix, and Bristol. And then Homestead, I consider myself to be competitive at every single one of those tracks, and just so happens to be that those are the tracks that matter the most. So I'll be looking forward to those tracks racing there.
All right, well, awesome. I don't think I have any more questions. How about you, Jackson?
I haven't been following the Truck Series as close as I have the Cup Series. I just want to ask, do you have a win this year?
I do not, unfortunately. I've come very close several times. Last week I almost got 2nd place, but some guy didn't hold his brake and took me out.
Seems legit. That's iRacing for you, but where do you... So obviously I think tonight was just a little bit of bad luck, but Either that or just
Yeah.
simply the
Uh,
front, or simply just whoever was in clean air was way too fast for everyone else.
I think it was just a bit of bad luck. I know during the start of the race, Brower just took off. He was gapping the whole field. I had no idea how he lost that. How he lost the race.
Yeah,
I was like,
fun fact, he lapped all the way up to second at one point.
yeah, I saw that. I was like, dang, Brower's won. If he doesn't win it, then it's rigged. But he didn't win it.
He kind of threw it away on his own accord, apparently.
Yeah.
No. We haven't been able to get Matthew Brower up here, but where do you were mentioning you're good at the mile and a halfs and the rest of the schedule. Do you think you got a shot at any track above the others before the playoffs start for the Truck or Cup Series?
Let me look the cups. No. So they're going to Charlotte the week at. So they're gonna next week is Brickyard is the Indy. And then the next race is the All-Star race. I will not be there for that. I'll be gone that whole week on a retreat. And then the next week is Charlotte. I'm fast at Charlotte. I know I can do something there. And then other than the tracks I've already named, they go to Richmond and Sonoma. Richmond, I feel like I can pick up pretty easy, and then Sonoma, me and road courses are just awful. I cannot keep pace anywhere at road courses. Perfect, the guy takes the guys.
Well, alrighty. I don't believe I got any more questions. Latrevor, do you have any more?
No, don't think so.
Alrighty. Well then, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, I mean Luke Mahoney, Luke Mahone, we'll let you go.
All right, man.
Appreciate you talking. Absolutely.
Yep, thank you.
This was a very last minute broadcast for the fans watching, as I was initially supposed to be managing the new JFR team's 81 truck. Something happened there, but we are something happened to that team. We're hoping everything's all right as we continue to broadcast here tonight. Post-race coverage is brought to you by Chicken Nuggets. They taste good. Eat them and eat your vegetables, kids.
Absolutely. They make you big and strong.
Big and strong is absolutely right. Surprisingly, only 2 cautions tonight. We are going to go back to one of the big main incidents of the race, which I believe was caused by the driver that ended up finishing 5th. If I can...
Your stream isn't working.
Oh, give me a moment. The YouTube one?
No, in the Discord.
Oh, well, give me a momento, por favor.
Yeah, it's probably on my end.
Let's see.
Quick sponsor jab. Check out Makoni Setup Shops, where you can get up to $10 off of great valued setups. Check them out at MakoniSetupShop.com. And you can get a bundle for $50, and you'll get a bunch of setups either from Road or from Oval. Anytime you want.
I don't remember who wrecked. I'm trying to find the one. Oh, there it was. So it was never Shane Demantova, for those of you that want to make fun of me. That was actually Luke Mahone that had the one incident of tonight.
Oh.
The one big incident of tonight was that slide off of turn 4. Obviously, all those teammate trucks look similar, and it's throwing off the announcers.
I can hear it, I just can't see it.
Well, if you watch the YouTube stream, we'll be able to take a look at it.
Yeah, it's a little behind is the only issue. I'm sure it's fine.
Well, basically what happened is, I'll describe it as we take a look at it. This was for the guy that you just heard from, just kind of gets away from him. Obviously, turn 4 is treacherous, as we know, as is with most tracks. Turn 4 can just snap at you. This isn't the lap, I don't think. No, it's not. LOL. Whatever. I done goofed. There was a second incident that we're trying to see exactly what it was. Don't quite remember what exactly caused the second incident, but we're going to try to take a look at it. Oh, this was that moment where we had several issues. Okay, so here was the second incident. Yes, so Demantova did go sideways at one point. I forgot. It was two teammates that almost came together, actually. So I believe that was the number 11 and the number 1. This is one of the last things we'll talk about tonight.
I have returned. That was sorry.
There's Monticelli, who gets tagged by Shane Demantova, who, by the way, had a miserable cup race. So applaud that man for finishing in the top 5 tonight after that
Yeah, we
slide.
really don't talk much about that that cup race. I'm just now looking at it. Does he save it? Does he save it? Nope, it's already gone around on him.
As I try to look for our race winner once again.
Oh, slid down the track. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Shane DiMantova. At least he was able to keep it locked up until getting back around to the track. But you said there was another incident?
There was indeed another incident as Luke Mahone came around on him.
Yes.
Not fully. He locked it down, saved it, but at that point he was all but stopped on the racetrack. Race control had no choice but to throw a caution. He was on the apron, but if someone went down there and plowed into him, that could have been bad in a hurry.
Absolutely.
It's a great call from race control. Excuse me. As we continue to cover post race tonight, but that is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, from the SRL Truck Series. Blaze McKinney is your race winner. Aaron Brown should assume the points lead. As check out SRL. Signing off. I'm F24 Live. Have a wonderful day.
And I'm Trevor Huff.
And you have a wonderful day.